Lisa Zimmer here today. Let's talk doTERRA. And let's talk oils that helped me through a difficult time. I think everyone's having a difficult time still. It is July 14th, 2022. And we're going to talk about oils for emotional and physical health during your challenging times. Right, let's see who's going to join me. Make sure I'm live. Yep, looks like it's working. Cool beans, we're going to dig right in. And, hey, Andrea, you're always the first. You're amazing. Hey, Diane. Diane, I think you and Andrea are always the first ones on. Hey, Lisa. All right. Hi, Roxanne. Hi, Ira. Hey, Justina. Hi, Liza. Yay! So excited to see you guys on here. Hi, Cindy. Hey, Pamela. It's going to be a good day. We're going to talk about emotional health and healing as well as physical health. So as I finally announced 5 months after my divorce was finalized, I announced that I'm divorced yesterday, and I got a lot of amazing messages from people saying they're going through the same thing or they've been through it, and just amazing supportive messages. And one of the things I wanted to talk about today is what oils, doTERRA supplements, and other lifestyle things I did to keep me healthy and well during that period. And I'm also going to share what was detriment to my health when I wasn't in control. Emmy says, oh my goodness, thank you for sharing and being transparent. Well, it's taken me a while. It's taken me a long while. I'll talk more about that later in some other videos, but I want to focus on the oils and supplements for helping everyone through a difficult time, because it's not just divorce, right? Everyone's going through difficult times right now. I have friends, going through severe grief. One of my friends, her dad passed away a year ago from getting a shot that he was told to get. His daughter, who's in a natural health and wellness, said absolutely not, don't get it. And he got the shot that he was told to get, and it killed him, right? So grief, feelings of anxiousness, sadness, overwhelm, worry, right? We have all of these. Diane says you keep getting prettier. Oh my goodness, you're amazing. So thanks for saying that. So some of the comments and personal messages that I got made me cry quite a bit last night, so my eyes are a little puffy, but we're going to talk about what oils to use for that too, because hopefully you can't tell, because I used my oils and my doTERRA products, all right? So we're going to talk about all the things today. So let's start with that. Super easy. Hey, Victoria, miss you. So I probably will try not to look at the comments too much, because I don't want y'all to make me cry today. Not because I'm sad, but because I'm so overwhelmed with appreciation and gratefulness for the unbelievable support that came out. So let's talk about oils right off the bat for puffy eyes, if you've been crying, right? So Cypress and doTERRA's anti-aging under eye cream. And then I also use doTERRA's hydrating cream all over my face, and I add frankincense, tea tree, and rose. Those help with puffiness. I don't have much trouble with puffiness, right? So because I use the hydrating cream with the oils all over my eyes, it also helps with eye health, like physical health, keeping your eyes clean, right? It's important to wash your makeup off every single night, and to use hydrating cream with oils for keeping your lashes healthy and clean. My lashes have been strong. My lashes haven't been falling out as much. You can also add lavender to that, all right? All right. Jennifer says, lunch with Lisa as I'm making left turns in the truck. I'm so glad you love to have lunch with me at noon Central Time on Thursdays, Jennifer. All right, so puffy eyes, right? So let's dig into emotions that you go through: grief, overwhelm, worry, sadness, whatever your situation may be. And the easiest place to find the oils that you need. I have an app, and it is called Essential Emotions. Let me show you what it looks like on my screen, if I can. So it is this one right here, the like dark teal oil drop with the heart, Essential Emotions. And all I have to do is open it, and it lists alphabetically emotions that I need help with. How cool is that, right? So first thing I'm going to do is hop over, though, we'll do that next. I'm going to hop over to the oil tab, and I want to see what I can look at the emotion. I can look at an oil and see what it helps with, and then I can also do body, meaning I can click on body and come up with a physical issue, and it'll tell me what to do. So this is like an all-encompassing app. Nancy says, Cypress for puffy eyes, love the eye roller, cooling and soothing. Yes. So for Cypress, you can make a roller with, like, I would say 10 drops Cypress and the rest fractionated coconut oil, or even better, jojoba oil. Jojoba oil is great for the skin on your face, right? I believe it has the, I forget the right words, but it's the closest carrier oil to your skin's needs for your face, okay? All right, so I want to go to the oil, and the oil that I want to pull up is peppermint. I'm going to see, I use the bigger book for this, but peppermint, I know, yep, I know peppermint helped me. I just didn't know why, and I wanted to save that for live on camera so you could learn with me, all right? Peppermint. Peppermint has been huge for me. It is the oil of a buoyant heart. Peppermint brings joy and buoyancy to the heart and soul. It invigorates body, mind, and spirit, and reminds individuals that life can be happy and they don't have to be controlled by fear. Isn't this amazing? All right? Peppermint. It's an oil that we take for granted in doTERRA because we get it free every year when our account renews. It's always in BOGOs, so we always have a ton of it, and we see it all the time, and we forget how unbelievably amazing it is. The top oils in doTERRA are, I believe, lemon, lavender, and peppermint for a reason, okay? Lemon, lavender, peppermint. We take them for granted because they're the first oils we get. We take them for granted because they're always free in BOGOs. We take them for granted because we hear about them all the time. You need peppermint every day. Karen just said, peppermint is my staple. It helps me emotionally. Yep. Right. It's in my sunburn spray that turned into my body perfume. Peppermint is always on my body. If anyone should be stressed out all of the time, regardless of divorce or pandemic or whatever, it would be me. I'm running multiple businesses. I've been self-employed for 23 years, right? I feel tremendous pressure to perform when people are watching you all of the time, and none of that bothers me because of daily use of peppermint, okay? Let's learn more about peppermint. But here's the key. I want to read that sentence one more time. Reminds individuals that life can be happy and they don't have to be controlled by fear. The power of peppermint can be felt most in times of discouragement or despair. When individuals are disheartened, they may use peppermint to rediscover the joy of being alive. Peppermint can assist individuals in regaining the strength needed to face their emotional reality. We should seriously just call this like the divorce oil. All right, emotions addressed: clarity, despair, heavy heart, pessimistic, sad, and help you feel buoyant, optimistic, and relieved. I spray it in my daily body spray. Like as soon as I go into the bathroom, My body spray is a reminder. It's my after sun spray. The recipe, I do it almost every video, in a 4-ounce spray bottle. I double this recipe, but you don't have to. In a 4-ounce sprayer, you can start with 20 drops peppermint, lavender, frankincense, tea tree, copaiba, and vanilla. Top it off with water. I always top it off with water because I walk into the bathroom, I grab that sprayer off the counter with pajamas on, I spray it all over my chest and my arms, and lift up my shirt, spray it on my abdomen, go do whatever's next. Brush my teeth, wash my face, whatever. Okay? Peppermint is always on my body. You can diffuse it. I have it in bubble diffusers in all the bathrooms and in the kitchen. All right, peppermint, peppermint, peppermint. You can diffuse it. You can just open the bottle, put a drop in your hands, and breathe it in. Let's see if I have a bottle to show newbies. Oh, actually, I have peppermint in my bubble diffuser right behind me. Put a drop in your hands, rub your hands together, and inhale through the nose deeply. For emotional support, you need to inhale the oils through your nose, so it goes through the olfactory bulb in your nose to the limbic system in your brain. So you have a positive, healthy, natural chemical reaction in the brain, okay? Because it says oils one more time for the spray. You bet, babe. 20 drops each, peppermint, lavender, frankincense, tea tree, copaiba, vanilla. Okay? Top it off with water. Like Diane says, helps you wake up, right? Because peppermint helps you wake up. I can even use it before bed. For some reason, it helps me sleep better, right? It adapts and knows what to do. Peppermint, peppermint, peppermint. I do have a warning with peppermint. Let me grab the bigger book because I know this is in there. I looked at this one time because I'm really addicted to peppermint. And I figured it had to have something to do with my emotional health a couple of years ago because I stopped being so stressed out all the time. Let me find the warning. Actually, I'm going to read from the book because there's a couple more things I want you to know about peppermint. Right? So this is the book I'm reading from. This is the app. The app is the condensed version. Okay? Here's what I want to also point out. It lifts an individual out of your emotional trials for a short reprieve. When individuals use peppermint, they feel as though they're gliding through life. It assists in staying on the surface of emotional issues like floating on top of water, right? However, this is the warning with peppermint. Hey, Jules. This is the warning with peppermint. You can abuse it. I'm probably a peppermint abuser. Here's the downside of peppermint if you use it too much, so be careful. Dean also says I use peppermint in my hair growth spray every day. Yep, it's in the Zimmer Healthy Hair Grow recipe as well. I put peppermint in just about everything. If peppermint is used as a permanent escape to avoid dealing with emotional pain, it can hinder growth and progress. Don't abuse your peppermint in this way, okay? At times, a reprieve is necessary, but it's not meant to be used to avoid dealing with your emotional issues, right? So just a little warning about peppermint, right? Overuse of peppermint can be a negative thing. Okay, so let's go back to the emotions section on our app. So when I was feeling abandoned, I was able to go to my app, look at the word abandoned, click on it, and see what oils could help, all right? It gives you the description of abandoned, a feeling of being given up on, deserted, left behind, or separated from someone or something. This may surface during times of change or moving forward, right? Supporting oils that are great for feeling abandoned. Frankincense, myrrh, marjoram, geranium, and manuka. We don't have Manuka in the U.S. in our regular inventory, but we have gotten it free numerous times over the last couple of years, so hopefully you have Manuka. All right, ways to help you process. So then also this app has little tips. They're not paying me to promote the app, by the way. Processing support. Look deeper. Who or what has left me alone? Do I feel loss over a change in my life? What you want to declare for yourself, right? Like a positive affirmation. I am now perfectly supported in every moment. I am now open to trusting and acknowledging that I am well provided for. This one was huge for me because the second I found out I was getting divorced, the number one thing that I was struggling with was trust and acknowledging that I'm well provided for. The fear of not knowing how I was going to move forward in life was paralyzing. So the oils that helped me with this, I did not use Manuka because I only use that for physical health situations because I dislike the smell. So I had frankincense and geranium in my hair growth spray. So I was already getting frankincense and geranium that way every day. And then I also had frankincense in my daily body spray. I also diffused frankincense and peppermint and wild orange. All right, so I'm going to come back to those oils and we're going to look them up individually. Frankincense, peppermint, and wild orange. And then also frankincense, wild orange, and lavender were in a daily shot for sadness, sad feelings, etc. So we're going to go over those, okay? So I'm telling you different ways to use some of these. I did not use myrrh because my myrrh was thick, hard, and crusted over. I am using myrrh now almost every day since doTERRA came out with the myrrh roller, right? So make sure you order myrrh roller and vetiver roller because doTERRA came out with those. Right, I'm going to repeat that positive affirmation one more time. They call it declare. You want to use your oils and make your declaration or affirmation. I am now perfectly supported in every moment. I am now open to trusting and acknowledging that I'm well provided for. What you want to visualize. I love these tips. See yourself held in loving arms. Allow comfort and healing to flow into your heart. All right? We're going to get through this today without crying. Okay, so next I want to go back to some of my other emotions, all right? Acceptance. We probably won't get through all of these, but we're going to click on acceptance. Are you ready? This one's huge for me, right? Because I felt rejected and not accepted. All right, so the emotion for acceptance, a willingness to favorably receive something that has been offered, the act of choosing to believe. Look deeper. What am I afraid of? Do I feel the need to defend against a real or perceived threat, right? Because I think, honestly, using these oils helped me with the acceptance and helped me to be less angry or cruel during the process because that is a natural emotion to have take place. So I declare I am now safe and open to love, right? That's my positive affirmation or declaration. Visualize, imagine your muscles releasing tension. Oh gosh, I need to do this right now. Releasing tension and your breath becoming slow and even. Imagine what is no longer serving you flowing out of your body, right? That helps you get rid of those negative emotions and help it flow out of your body. Supporting oils for acceptance. Number one, any guesses what number one is? I talk about it every single video. Rose. And y'all know I use rose oil every day, a million ways. So we're going to talk about it quick. Let me list off the rest of the oils that are helpful in case you don't have rose. But you need to get rose. You need to get Rose Touch and you need to get the Pure Rose. I know the Pure Rose is $275 a bottle. You can get it free with your doTERRA rewards points. All right. Remember, when we order doTERRA, we only want to order in the Loyalty Rewards Program, LRP, because when you do that, you are earning free money back and eventually you'll be at 30% rewards. So if I spend 100 in product value, or order 100 in product value, I'm getting $30 of it back, right? So LRP, okay? Get these babies for free. The other supporting oils for acceptance: rose, bergamot, lang lang, spikenard, jasmine, pink pepper, amave, beautiful, and northern escape. I rarely use spikenard because I absolutely hate the smell. So I do have that in an emotional blend. I'll share that at a different time. It's a really long list of oils. Bergamot, lang lang, I do use those. Those are also in my emotional blend. It's a dropper with like 25 oils, so I'll post that at a different time. Jasmine I do not use. Jasmine makes me cry and release negative emotions, so I actually don't use jasmine. A lot of people do successfully. Pink pepper, amave, beautiful, northern escape. Of this list of oils, the only one that I use every single day is rose. So I'm going to tell you how I use that, okay? Rose is in my hydrating cream, goes all over my face and eyes at night, décolleté, and chest, and a lot of times my upper arms, okay? Rose. Rose Touch, it's right here next to me. It's always next to me. So this is the Rose Touch. I have this 10 milliliter size that you can order from doTERRA. This is how much I use it. Up and down the forearms, all over, doesn't matter where because it's not photosensitive. At bedtime, all over my chest. I don't want it to get on my new cami because it's like a silk or a fake silk. It's from Target, by the way. If anybody's looking for cool clothes, head to Target. All right, Rose. Put it all over my face. I'm not going to do that now because I have SPF powder makeup on because I'll be outside. All right, inhale it. Inhale through the nose, right? Your rose. Rose goes all over my face at bedtime, not just in my hydrating cream. My hydrating cream with rose, tea tree, and frankincense goes all over my face at bedtime. A few minutes later, I put rose, neroli, magnolia, immortelle, hail chrism, copaiba, one or multiples or all of them or some, whatever I'm feeling like, whatever's close, all over my face, all right? But rose, rose, rose for the oil of acceptance, all right? Let's go back. Let's see, adaptable was huge for me. I had to learn how to pivot and adapt because my whole life was changing very quickly, right? Adaptable, capable of change, a willingness to adjust to different circumstances. I think we all should be paying attention to this topic right now because of all the changes that have taken place in the last 2.5 years, not quite 2.5 years, right? We all need a little help with this. Supporting oils, Whisper, Cypress, Siberian Fir, and Northern Escape. All right, I was using Cypress in a number of places. I use Cypress on my legs to help with veins, to help with water retention. I use Cypress on my abdomen to help with bladder support, right? I'm a very little person and I had an 8.5-pound baby 18 years ago. So jumping up and down is not something that I can do well. So balance and Cypress go on my abdomen. But what I was getting, in addition to those physical health benefits, was the emotional health benefits of Cypress, helping me to be more adaptable, right? Dabbing Cypress under my eyes after my hydrating cream. You want to make sure that when you put oils on, especially your face, but anywhere else, that you're always using a lotion, a carrier, or a cream, something with it, right? Or diluted with coconut oil. And then Whisper has become a daily part of my routine, right? Whisper is now in the touch roller. So these are oils for feeling adaptable, right? What do I want to declare? What's my positive affirmation to go with that? I now have permission to cease fighting against the flow of life. I'm now open to trusting and acknowledging that I am being directed for my highest good, right? Big changes coming. What you need to visualize. Imagine loosening your grip on a rope. So this was huge for me, all right? This was really huge for me because I need structure. I need to know what's happening next. I need to be in control or feel like I'm in control. And I when I found out it was going to be divorce, immediate loss of control and chaos. I felt my entire life was out of control and chaotic, when really it was just one thing. But that one thing made me lose grasp on everything. And so I was holding on to that rope of control, and I needed to loosen my grip and accept what was happening so I could move forward. So visualize, imagine loosening your grip on a rope. Feel your hands relax as you release control. Imagine that as you release holding onto the rope, the current of a gentle river can carry exactly where you need to go. Donna just got her Essential Emotions book yesterday, and she's loving it. Yay! All right, I don't financially benefit from promoting these books. I don't have links anymore for any of them or anything like that. I just love them. So I highly encourage you to get, I don't have the newest version. I need to get the newest. The Essential Emotions book. You can probably get it on Amazon. And the app, right? So we're working through the app today because it's so easy. All right. Ready for the next one? Huge for everyone. This is why I'm talking about these today. It's not just about divorce, right? Except the things you cannot change, Diane says. So true. People that are having trouble with the connection, you should be able to watch the replay clearly. Keep your fingers crossed. Right. Feeling afraid. I think everyone's afraid. Everyone's afraid of where things are going, etc. The app that I'm using is Essential Emotions. And I showed a picture of it at the beginning. It's got like a teal background, a white oil drop with a heart in the middle. Okay, you ready? Afraid. Everybody knows what the feeling of afraid is like, so I'm not going to read that. Supporting oils. Brave. doTERRA's Brave Roller. Juniper berry, cassia, cinnamon, birch, cypress. See how cypress keeps popping up? Lavender, myrrh, spikenard, peppermint, deep blue, cumin, peace, green mandarin, yarrow palm, turmeric, black spruce, and adaptive. I'm going to tell you my favorites out of this list. Cinnamon, because I drink it in my water, right? It's in my water right now. Check out my cool cup. How cool is this, right? I think I got it at convention. I'm not sure. Who's going to doTERRA convention in September? Right. Cinnamon bark is in my water and my coffee. Cypress, I already talked about how to use that. Lavender every day, multiple ways. My frankincense, wild orange, and lavender shot that I took every morning. I did 1 to 2 drops of each in a shot of water in the morning to make sure that I didn't go into the dark hole. Okay. Lavender is in my body spray. I already talked about the body spray recipe in this video. Myrrh. Didn't use that, but using it now since doTERRA came out with the roller. Peppermint in my body spray, in my bubble diffusers, and my coffee. Forgot to mention that earlier. Peace oil I was using. I haven't been using it lately. My roller was empty. I threw it away, and I haven't replaced it. I need to go grab peace. Turmeric in my coffee every day. And then 2 huge faves for emotional health, black spruce and adaptive. I have black spruce rollers. I made little 5 milliliter rollers of black spruce, 20 drops black spruce in the 5 ml, the rust coconut oil. I have one in my purse. I have them in every bathroom. I have it next to my chair. Black spruce and rose oil together, 2 of the most underappreciated oils that we have. I appreciate them because the support for not just being afraid, but for all of the other benefits that they are for. All right. When it comes to fear, look deeper. What is the root of my fear? What will it take for me to process this fear, right? My fear was, am I going to be able to figure all of this out on my own, right? I didn't handle finances. My job was to take care of all of you. All of you were my focus every single day, right? Whether you're a customer for oils or a customer for my WWZD, What Would Zimmer Do courses for building your doTERRA business, or if you were by my trifold, my only focus every day for my business and my family's life was to wake up and take care of you so that, because it filled up my cup, gave me purpose, and it was my family's financial support, right? So my job was to take care of you. I didn't take care of finances. I didn't even remember like which banks we banked at. So I had so much to learn, and I was afraid. I'm always afraid of new things, which is crazy because I'm such an independent, empowered person that I can learn how to do anything, right? I put my desk together, but anything new causes tremendous fear in me, all right? Once I do it the first time, I'm fine, but tremendous fear took place. What I needed to declare or use as my positive affirmation: I now release fear. I now trust that I am safe and provided for today and in my future. This one's huge for me because I used to be a chronic worrier, and this divorce process re-triggered chronic worrying. Visualizing. See a light dispel darkness around your body. Invite this light to dispel all false thinking. So many of my worries and fears were false. They were just me creating things to worry about that were not necessary. Hey, Joanna. All right, invite this light to dispel all false thinking and lift your mind to higher truth about the self and the future, right? So when it came to my divorce, I was being flooded with emotions of false thinking, that I'm not good enough, who's not going to want me, I'm 50, I'm whatever, right? All false thinking. And that's where using cinnamon, cypress, lavender, peppermint, turmeric, black spruce, and adaptive myself were huge at helping me process that emotion, right? Adaptive is so easy. And it's so important. doTERRA created the adaptive line. It's the roller, it's the pure oil, and adaptive capsules. Okay, I can't take adaptive capsules for some reason. There are only a few products in doTERRA I can't use. 99.9% of you use them successfully. They were created to help people have a natural solution instead of a toxic option for feelings of anxiousness and sadness, all right? Anxious, sadness, the things that we take unnatural solutions for. doTERRA created the adaptive line to replace those. Okay, I don't use adaptive at night because it makes my dreams so intense and crazy. I use it oh my God, it smells so good. I'm going to put adaptive back in my bubble diffuser. I miss it. I haven't been using it in the bubble. Okay, so when you use the oils in the bubble diffuser, hopefully we'll have bubble diffusers after convention. Cross your fingers. I use the pure oil. All day I use the diluted oil. In my diffuser blend in the kitchen right now, I have adaptive, elevation, and citrus bloom. Okay, I made up a pump. I'll show you that. April says, what does adaptive do that you cannot take it? It makes me feel a little nauseous. I just feel a little weird on the inside. And it's the exact same feeling I had when I used to take a toxic option for sad feelings. That's my compliant language, April. And so to help with that. So I use the oil topically, all right? Yay! Jackie's had success with her son eliminating a toxic option and using the adaptive capsules. Love it, love it, love it. Genius. Remember, there is gold in the comments here in these Facebook videos. So if you're watching the replay on YouTube, please, please, please get on Facebook, whether you love it or hate it. Get on Facebook, even if you just have to make up an account to get oils education, because the comments are gold. I can't possibly read them all, and they don't show up on YouTube, all right? So adaptive, adaptive, adaptive. All right, we're going to do a couple more emotions. Actually, we could probably do these videos forever and ever and ever. Ooh, let's do one more. Angry. So I'm a very calm person, as far as it takes a lot for me to react. And because I've been through a lot in my life, and a lot of the stuff that people are reactive to, it's just, in the grand scheme of things, it's, to steal a little quote from my favorite person ever, Paulina, no big deal. Most things in life are no big deal. And I don't get angry. Well, I got angry. And so let's talk about what helped me with processing anger. Okay. Supporting oils, cardamom. So throughout the divorce process, cardamom was in my diffuser. Okay, at night, instead of Breathe, Serenity, Eucalyptus, cardamom. In fact, I think I might go back to it. I'm not angry. I just love the smell, and it's great for respiratory support. Right, supporting oils, cardamom, thyme, geranium, ylang-ylang, spikenard, Siberian fir, forgive, HD clear, turmeric, past tense, and midnight forest. All right, midnight forest is not in our regular line. It was a special LTO, limited time offer oil. I did not know it was, I did not pay attention that it was good for anger, so I'm going to go grab that and start diffusing it. Past tense I don't use. The oil, the scent is too strong for me. I can put it on the bottom of my feet with socks, but in Florida I rarely wear socks. I may go grab past tense and do that today. Turmeric, again, in my coffee every single day. HD clear, I don't use that. Forgive, amazing. doTERRA, when the emotional aromatherapy line came out, they had done a study at a pediatric cancer institute and tested all 6 emotional oils. Let's see if I can remember them. Console, peace, forgive, passion, motivate, and cheer. Wow. The number 1 oil from that, what do you call it? I just lost the word. Study was forgive. Forgive helped them, whether they were sitting in the waiting room, whether they were workers, whether it was patients. Forgive was the number 1 oil for helping with emotional health at the pediatric cancer clinic, right? When I scan, we use Zyto scans or Itovi scans. It uses a, I forget what it's called, biometrics. It works like a Fitbit to read your body and tell you what oils you need. I always scan for forgive, period. Ever since the oils came out, regardless of my divorce. Forgive needs to be a daily part of your routine. I need to dig it back out of my case, and I need to get back to using it every day. I already used thyme and geranium and ylang-ylang in a hormone balancing, and you can look up that recipe in this group, Yay Oils Public Education. Type kitchen or kitchen sink. It's my I got a tickle. It's called my Everything But the Kitchen Sink Hormonal Mega Dropper. It's got a bunch of oils. So I haven't been using that one, but I was using it during the divorce process. Okay. So cardamom was the number 1 for me, though, in my diffuser. All right. So this was being angry. Look deeper. What did not go as I planned? What am I afraid of? Well, I thought I'd be married forever. And what am I afraid of? Everything. All right. The declaration or positive affirmation that I wanted to have, I now have permission to recognize and validate my feelings. So that's huge when you're going through a change like this, right? You need your feelings validated. I needed my oils because I did not want to hear that anything negative, that I was overreacting or that I was wrong or whatever, right? I'm not saying that's exactly what happened, but people have different feelings during that process, right? I now have permission to recognize and validate my feelings. I now trust that all things are working together for my greatest good, right? And you'll notice a lot of those supporting oils, thyme, geranium, ylang-ylang, spikenard, they are all hormone balancing oils for women. So it's very important for us to manage our emotions, our hormones, all of that, right? Our hormones can trigger disastrous emotions. Trust me, right? When I had a period, the day before my period, cuckoo town. And I'm a very level-headed person. I learned to recognize it. I learned to say, oh, I think this is the one day where it's best that I not talk to anyone, because you could say boo or burn my grilled cheese and I'll start crying. And I'm not a big crier anymore, okay? So balancing hormones to also help manage our emotions. All right, what do I want to visualize? What's my, what do I need to visualize? See yourself exchange anger for forgiveness and light. Consider physical movement to release your pent-up energy. Oh my goodness, I'm glad this was one I talked about just now. So one of the number one things I did during this process, people are saying, was my weight situation because of the divorce, right? Last week, or the week before, I posted about my weight loss. So in December was when I found out, and I lost 5 pounds that month just from not eating, throwing up, feeling sick to my stomach. The rest of my weight journey, right, and body transformation, you can even just tell, right? The rest of this, yoga and the things I talked about last week, not the divorce diet, okay? The divorce is not getting credit for the work that I've done here, okay? This was yoga. This was changing my lifestyle. Angela Brown post Romans, ouch, 28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose. Absolutely. Thanks, Angela. Right, so back to getting texts coming in still. Love it. Love you guys. Right, this is from Changing the Lifestyle. Watch last week's video, okay? I don't want the divorce to get credit for the work that I've done. Right. Consider physical movement to release your pent-up energy. So my situation arose in December. I met people in my neighborhood December 31st, made new friends. Within 2 days, they were inviting me to yoga and the gym. I think and give credit to my friend Josie here in my neighborhood in Arborwood Preserve for giving me the greatest tool to get through this process, and that was probably tied yoga and my oils and my doTERRA, okay? Yoga started it. I was not in good shape. I needed a lot of work. I was very inflexible, had terrible balance, was not strong. And what I noticed immediately was if I worked out every morning, yoga, gym, walking, didn't matter, right? It helped release anger. It helped induce positivity. And I was able to get more done during the day. And there was little to no crying. Hard to believe, right? Consider physical movement to release your pent-up energy and anger. All right, we're going to stop there, but we only got through A, not even all of them. There's way more emotions than that, all right? So I would love for you to post in the comments because I'm going to do a giveaway. Are you ready? So quick update on the sun care products. They're all sold out except for the spray. I will tell you, the spray I used when I went kayaking the day before yesterday, I was in a kayak in the sun for 2 to 3 hours and I got 0 burn. The spray is amazing. Yes, it goes on white. Yes, it doesn't completely disappear. Guess what? I don't care. I like that. All right, when I am going to go boating all day and be in the Gulf for 6 hours, or at the ocean for 2 to 4 hours, or in a kayak for 2 to 3 hours, I want to know that my skin is protected, all right? And that spray is amazing. We still have the spray in stock. So I'm going to give away one of the sold out products. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Lisa says, when will the after spray be available? I believe that's August 1st, babe. All right, I am going to give away a sun stick, and I need you to comment. I need you to share this video. I need you to share what emotions you would love more information on, and we'll cover those next week. All right. Someone just started. Hold on. The comments are flying now. Hold on. We're giving away a sun care stick. Karen says, what is your shot glass each morning? Frank, lavender, and wild orange. Right? 2 drops each in a shot glass, splash of water, drink it down. Christy says, when are you starting your next business group podcast? July 25th. If you do the doTERRA business, I need you to all go to lisazimmer.net/shop, or just go to lisazimmer.net and click on my business products to purchase and order WWZD 25. Right? It starts July 25th. It's coming up. Let's see. Jacqueline says the sun stick is my favorite, but I love them all. Okay, I'm giving away a sunscreen stick. I need comments. I need you to share what oils you use for your emotional health and wellness. I need you to share what emotions that you want to know more about, what oils could help with. I need you to click and share this video once it's on YouTube. We don't have a share button on Facebook anymore because it had to go private because of all the spamming. And when Facebook changed it, I need you, when this YouTube is posted, I need you to share that YouTube with the people that you love who need help with oils, regardless of their emotional situation. Terry says she got her sun products on Tuesday. Love them. Yay! All right. Letitia says, is the sun care line okay to use under makeup? Yep. Andrea wants help with courage. You guys are commenting so fast now. Okay, keep sharing. I want to hear what oils. Help me educate everyone. So also share what oils you use for emotions and why. So we can help everyone that gets into this group. For example, Linda uses Adaptive every single day. Okay. Make sure you get Becky's ready to start WWZD 25. Yay! She just retired and is ready to get her business going. Perfect. Debbie Jacobson uses bergamot and Siberian fir for emotional support every day. All right. So important. I got to get ready to get on my next video. I'm going to go live next in Lisa Zimmer, Essential Oils Biz Tips. That's my business page. There's 32,000 of you in there that build the doTERRA business. I give you tips on building your business simpler, easier, more duplicatively. All right, so join me in Lisa Zimmer Biz Tips. Read the comments. RTC baby. Read the comments. Okay? So much goodness in the comments. I can't possibly cover it all in my videos. So real quick, I wanted to make sure and cover frankincense, peppermint, and wild orange because that was amazing in my diffuser. And I want to read a little bit about frankincense and wild orange. And then in my morning shot, frankincense, wild orange, and lavender. Okay, so I'm going to hop to the different part of this Emotions app, and I'm going to click on the oil. I already read to you about peppermint. So now I'm going to go to wild orange. Oops. Wild orange. Okay, ready? Wild orange. The oil of abundance. Wild orange addresses a wide variety of emotional issues. It inspires abundance, fosters creativity, and supports a positive mood. Wild orange also reconnects individuals with their inner child and brings spontaneity, fun, joy, and playfulness into one's life. At its core, wild orange teaches the true meaning of abundance. It also assists an individual's natural creative sense. So that's in my diffuser a lot when my assistant comes or when Jackson and I are working on the recipe pages or the trifolds that you love that you get off of my website to learn more about your oils or to share oils with others, right? Because that creative process. But also, I needed to get playfulness back into my life and learn the true meaning of abundance so that I was worried less during the divorce process, all right? So wild orange, frankincense, and peppermint in the diffuser, and then wild orange, frankincense, and lavender in my morning emotions shot, right? Wild orange, emotions that helps address scarcity, which I had a scarcity mindset. I was afraid, all my money would go away, that I wouldn't be able to, whatever, I wouldn't be able to find a new partner in life, whatever scarcity mindset, and Wild Orange helps with that. Being overly serious, that is a huge problem I have, being overly serious, and I needed to let go more. Being rigid, dull, a workaholic. That was my middle name. People are like, wow, you're doing a lot of things now. I am, because for 20 some years, except when I was in a wheelchair with brain damage for 3, I was a horrific workaholic until I got to Florida in December and decided it's time to change my life. I don't need to work 12 to 16 hours a day to feel purposeful and productive. I need to learn to live, right? Wild Orange has helped me with workaholism. Discouraged, hoarding, abundant, humor, playful, spontaneous, creative, joyful. All right, so Wild Orange has helped me release all my stuff. I had to downsize a 2,800 square foot house. I think we had a 4-car garage because it was double deep with a man cave over top. We had so much stuff, and I was having a hard time letting go. In the last couple months, I've been using a lot more Wild Orange. I took 10 garbage bags of clothes to Goodwill in the last week to 10 days. That's on top of the probably 10 bags I've already taken, right? So if you have trouble letting go and keeping things, Wild Orange. All right, diffuse it, breathe it in, apply it on your abdomen, put it in your shot, in a capsule, in water. I don't care, get Wild Orange going on. Okay, I'm running out of time because I need to get over to biz tips. Frankincense and lavender we want to hit really quick. You ready? So frankincense is an oil that everyone should be using every single day. Put it on your tongue, get it in a diffuser, get it on the back of your neck, rub it on your hands. Goes on my face every day in my hydrating cream. Frankincense is the oil of truth. Frankincense reveals deceptions and false truths. It invites individuals to let go of lower vibrations, lies, deceptions, and negativity. Frankincense recalls to memory spiritual understanding, gifts, wisdom, and knowledge that the soul brought into the world. It is a powerful cleanser of spiritual darkness. Frankincense also supports in creating a healthy attachment with one's father. It assists in spiritual awakening and helps an individual feel the love of the divine. Emotions that it helps address: feeling abandoned. Number one emotion that frankincense helps you address: feeling abandoned. Okay? Frankincense helps you if you're feeling disconnected, unprotected, dark, misaligned, not enlightened, needing to be loved, protected, and connected. Frankincense on the tongue every day, frankincense on the back of the neck or the top of the head. Frankincense goes on my face every day in my hydrating cream. It goes on my body every day in my body spray. Understand why? Okay, let's do the last one, lavender. And frankincense, lavender, and wild orange in the daily shot for emotional health. Lavender, oil of communication and calm. Lavender aids verbal expression and calms the mind. Specifically, it calms the insecurities that are felt when one risks their true thoughts and feelings. Lavender addresses a deep fear of being seen and heard. It supports individuals in releasing the tension and constriction that stems from withheld expression. Through lavender's courageous spirit, all are free to share their true self with others. When I moved to Florida in December full time, because of the transition of my life, the one thing I said, and I've told my friends, in Florida, I will finally get to be the true Lisa Zimmer. I grew up in a small town. I stayed in that small town. It was a town of 5,000 people. Everybody knew me. Everybody saw me. Everybody knew my family. And so I never got to have anonymity. I never got to be everything that I wanted to be for fear of judgment, opinion, whatever. In Florida, I have anonymity. I get to do what I want, be what I want, without fear of judgment. Yes, that's all in your head, right? When you live in a small town. Well, it really does happen. But anyway, here, I get to be what I really want to be. And lavender's helping me do that, right? Lavender, frankincense, wild orange in a daily shot. Lavender in my body spray. Emotions that it helps address. If you're feeling blocked, fearful, constricted, tense, feeling like you need to hide, right? That's how I was back in Eureka. If you're feeling unheard, unloved, insecure, and you need to be calm and have self-expression and be true to yourself, you want to use lavender, okay? Frankincense, lavender, peppermint. We did it. Yay! Susie said this is also why she moved to Florida. Genius. All right, I wanted to especially talk about these oils that help me because so many are basic oils in the doTERRA Top 10 kits that help you get started, that over time, as we use these oils a lot, we begin to stop appreciating them and ignoring them. Frankincense, lavender, peppermint, wild orange, tea tree, oils that are part of my daily regimen that we don't think about anymore. And we need to think about and use them on a regular basis and appreciate them, right? We'll have a summary of this video from my assistant. I'll get that reposted at the top. The YouTube video hopefully will be posted later today. I'll post the link for it so you can share it with friends and family. And we are going to continue to dig deeper in these oils for emotions. And I want to hear what emotions you're having. We're going to give away... I might make wait a week or two, probably a week. We'll do the next giveaway on next week's live video. Let me write that down so I don't forget. We're going to give away the sunscreen stick that is sold out. You cannot get it anymore, and it is amazing. It does go on clear, or more clear. Nancy says this was very informative. Yay! Liza used the sunscreen yesterday. Works awesome, doesn't it? Okay, I'm going to give away the sunscreen stick yesterday. We will just randomly pick a name from the comments, and I'll ship it to you. So comment. If you take the live video or the YouTube video and share it with someone, comment in this thread that you sent the live video to or the YouTube video to a friend. I want to hear what emotions you need help with so we can address them next week. And if you want to share your story about your struggles here, please do, and what doTERRA products helped you. The number one thing aside from oils that helped with emotional balance, lifelong vitality pack vitamins from doTERRA filled with nutrition and essential oils for emotional health and physical health. All right, more to come next week. Thanks everybody. Happy oiling. Have a great week. Bye.